Hey guys, how's it going today? In today's video, we're going to be going over the best weapons to use for DPS in the game at the moment. So if you're someone who like to do raids, or if you just like killing your bosses really quick in all your ops, guys, this is the video for you. We're going to be going over the best weapons to be using for all of that right about now. So just a disclaimer, guys, you've probably seen the tweet that came out a few days ago about all the nerfs that are going to be happening coming Ash of Iron. So in this video, guys, we're going to be avoiding those weapons. We're going to be avoiding Temporal Blast. We're just going to be focusing on the raw DPS damage of the weapons, and yeah, we're going to be staying away from those ones because at the moment it looks like they could be pretty heavily nerfed. So these are including the Lord of Wolves, Queenbreaker, and even Temporal Blast in general is going to be getting a nerf. So we're going to be staying away from that. We're going to be using the bow without Temporal Blast so we can just see what its DPS is like without it. Obviously you'll still be able to use it come Ash of Iron. It's not going to be quite as effective though, so we're just going to be looking at raw DPS, guys. We're not going to be using a whole lot of abilities or anything, just the weapons and their abilities. Alright, so let's get straight into it, guys. Alright guys, just so we know how it's all going to be working today, the DPS value at the top is per hit. Alright, at the moment the top value is bugged, as we all probably know at this point. That value means nothing, so we're not going to be looking at that too much. If you want to know how much damage you're doing per hit, you're going to have to look at the numbers popping up on the screen. Alright, the bottom value, although, is the total damage you've done before you reset it, like this. So we're definitely going to be using the bottom value. That value does stand up as to what it is, that is correct. So you know, so that will be the total DPS value of what we're getting out. And how long we're going to be doing DPS for, guys? We're going to be having a 25-second DPS time frame, basically, alright? That's how long we'll be doing DPS before we call it. And we're going to have a stopwatch going, and I don't know what noise it's going to make. Oh. That's what noise it's going to make. Alright guys, that's how we'll know when it's all done. Alright guys, so the first weapon we're going to be looking at today is nothing other than the Outbreak Perfected. Alright, so one of the main things you're going to have to know about this one, guys, is that it is not actually getting nerfed in Ash and Iron. It is going to be exactly the same as it is right now, unless Bungie does something drastic. So that's one good thing to know about this one, guys. So here we go, we're going straight in with the damage here. I've had to change up how I'm recording this, guys. The voiceover with the shooting was a bit, it didn't really work. So we've had to change up how we're going about it. So you're not going to be able to hear the timer go off once the 25-second hits, but yeah, it does go off eventually, don't you worry. So yeah, one of the main things you want to know about this one, guys, is that the reason it's doing so much damage is due to the nanites. Alright guys, so there we go, there's the end of the damage phase, 19,111. One of the other cool things about this one, guys, is that when you're in a fire team of 6, those nanites are going to multiply the amount of damage you're doing even more. So because it's just me in this, it still does a lot of damage, but if you have a fire team of 6 people all shooting at the same time, it's going to multiply the damage even more due to there being more nanites in the air. So you can actually multiply your damage off of your teammates' nanites, basically. So as you can see, the nanites flying around him right now, that's what allows my damage numbers to go up. So as you'll see here, see how we're at 104 now, 106. The more we shoot him, the more our nanites multiply our damage. So where are we at now? 111, 113, 114. It just keeps going up. So in a long damage phase, this weapon can absolutely shred, guys. Next weapon up, guys, we have the Mint Retrograde. So this is the new rocket assisted pulse rifle in this season, and as you can see, I do not have Temporal Blast on it, guys. So you can use Temporal Blast on it at the moment, and it's going to be really strong. I just don't know how that's going to come, how it's going to be when it comes to Ash and Iron. So as you can see right here, guys, I've got bait and switch on this one, so I am going to be taking advantage of that. It gives me a 25% damage boost. So here it is, guys. It does absolutely shred even without Temporal Blast. So as you can see, this is still going to be a top option come Ash and Iron, depending on what happens to Temporal Blast. So 26,064 is the final number, guys. For a special weapon, guys, that is absolutely crazy, and it's definitely something you should be taking advantage of. Especially something you can just have in your inventory in case you run out of ammo in your heavy ammo or something like that. It's going to be really great, guys. It is right now, even just for killing champs or mages. any sort of tough enemy, this thing absolutely shreds them. So take advantage of this one, guys, and that's that one, the Mint Retrograde. Alright, next up, guys, we have the Crossbow. Alright, so as you can see, I do not have Temporal Blast on it. Like I said, I want to stick clear of that stuff just so we have a very clear picture of how much damage this is going to do in a week's time. Alright, guys, so I've got Vorpal Weapon on it and Rolling Storm. I do not have a gold roll of it yet, unfortunately, but that will have to do for this video. So here we go with the damage. Any second now. There we go, guys. So one of the things that makes this a really good weapon, guys, is that you can actually just have ammo forever. So I think even after next week, even if Temporal Blast becomes the worst perk in the game, this is still going to be a great weapon just due to the fact that you can run in, grab all of your arrows off the enemy, and all of a sudden you have all your heavy ammo back. So this is a really great weapon for any sort of long damage phase, just due to the fact that you will never run out of heavy ammo, as you can see. So I believe that's the 25 seconds up, guys. And as you can see, it does 23,000 damage. In a longer damage phase, this thing will beat out most weapons, just due to the fact that it will never run out of ammo. Alright, guys, so I don't know what's going to happen with Temporal Blast next week, but this one should still be up there, just due to that fact alone, guys. So that's the Crossbow, guys. And let's get on to the next weapon, shall we? Next up, guys, we have the new rocket launcher from the raid called the When and Where. And what makes this a really unique weapon for damage is that you can, I think it's the only rocket launcher in the game that can get elemental honing, guys. So the way that elemental honing works is that for each unique damage type you deal, you get a stacking damage bonus, and if you max it out at 5 stacks, it's actually the highest damage buff in the game at 35%, guys. So that's exactly what we're going to do right here. We're going to activate elemental honing, and then that's going to allow us to do 35% more damage. Alright, so here we go. So I'm going to use that weapon. I'm going to use both my abilities on Prismatic, and then I'm going to send out the rocket launcher. And as you can see, I have 5x5 elemental honing, and it does quite a bit of damage, guys. So I've got field prep and elemental honing on this. That's why I'm crouched down, getting slightly faster reload speed. And as you can see, this thing does quite a bit of damage for a very sleeper pick at the moment. Not many people are using rocket launchers at the moment for DPS, but this could definitely be a great pick come next season, especially when you can start getting tier 5s of this. Alright, so the one I've got at the moment is just a tier 3, pretty regular drop of this, but when you can get a tier 5 of this next season, I think this thing could be an absolute shred machine for DPS. Alright, guys, so definitely keep that in mind for when the epic raid comes out. Try and get one of these, I think. Alright, guys, and for the final weapon of the video, we have the Outrageous Fortune. Alright, guys, so this is the grenade launcher you can get from doing campaign missions. So it's very easy to get tier 5 versions of it at the moment, because you can just do the mythic missions to get this, with it focused at the altar. And you can get bait and switch and impulse amplifier on this. That's what I'm going to recommend for DPS, but there's a lot of other good perks you can get on this to swap around. Alright, guys, so I think we're going to be getting into DPS any second now, guys. I know it's definitely not one of the most prime picks for DPS at the moment. Not many people like to use rocket launchers or grenade launchers. I think mainly just due to the fact that it's very easy to kill yourself, but for just pure DPS value, it does quite a bit of damage. I believe in this damage phase, I don't properly get off my second bait and switch, even though I think I should get it off here, but it doesn't seem to give it to me down the bottom left. But this thing still does a lot of damage, and you can just imagine how much damage it would be doing if I got the second amount of bait and switch off here. I'd probably be at least at 30k damage, I think. So overall, it does quite a bit of damage, guys, and I think that this thing is definitely something you should be keeping in mind. Depending on how all these nerfs go next week, this thing might be up there with some of the best damage in the game. So yeah, this one's the Outrageous Fortune, guys. You can get this from mythic missions on Kepler, pretty easy to obtain. And yeah, this is definitely a roll right here that you are going to want to get. Spike grenades with impulse and bait and switch is absolutely perfect for DPS, so definitely keep this one in mind, guys. This is probably one of the better ones you can get. Alright, to finish up the video, guys, I think I lied a little bit. This is going to be the last weapon. This is just an honorable mention. This is the new rapid fire slug trackiness weapon that you can get from heavy metal. It's not going to light the world on fire for DPS guys when it comes to fighting bosses, but when it comes to killing champs and mages, just in ad clearing sense, this thing is going to be really good next season, this season. Not much is going to change about it. So we're not using Temporal Blast on it, obviously. If you do use Temporal Blast on it at the moment, I think it does quite a bit of damage, but for the purpose of this video, we're not going to be using that on it. So as you can see, it's not going to light the world on fire, guys, but chill clip and rapid hit on this is really good, guys. So I recommend trying to get this just for killing champs and stuff for the next season, alright guys. And then the epic raid, it's not gonna, yeah, like I said, it's not the greatest thing in the world. It's definitely got the lowest DPS that we've got today, but overall, just for regularly fighting enemies, having chill clip able to take out, I think, unstopped champs it is now, it's really good, guys. It can stun enemies, and it does quite a bit of damage. So yeah guys, that is the video, guys. That is all the weapons I have to show you today. Definitely try some of these out. These are probably the better DPS options in the game at the moment, depending on how all these nerfs go for next week. Obviously things can change. Nothing is set in stone, but at the moment, depending on what new weapons we get next week, these are what I'm going to be bringing into the epic raid. So yeah, definitely give these a go, guys, if you're looking for DPS weapons to use. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Stitch out.